Back in 1999, life was different. No smartphones, no internet everywhere, and definitely no way to call for help in the middle of the night. My name is Muzamil, and what happened to me that year still scares me to this day. At the time, I was living in a small village with my parents. It was quiet during the day, but at night, the entire area felt dead. People used to tell strange stories about the road near the old field outside the village. They said strange things happened there after 3 a.m. Some people claimed they heard voices whispering in the darkness. Others said they saw someone standing near the trees, watching them. I never believed any of it. I thought they were just stories made to scare children. But one night, everything changed. It was November of 1999. Cold wind covered the streets, and the sky was completely dark. I had gone to visit a friend in another area, and by the time I started walking home, it was already very late. I remember checking my old watch, 2:43 a.m. I started walking faster because my house was still far away. The streets were empty, not a single car, not even dogs barking, only the sound of the wind. As I walked near the abandoned field, I suddenly felt uncomfortable. You know that strange feeling when someone is watching you? That feeling hit me hard. I looked around carefully, but saw nothing, just darkness. I told myself to calm down and kept walking. Then, I heard it. Footsteps. Slow footsteps behind me. Step, step, step. At first, I thought it was another person walking home, so I moved to the side of the road to let them pass, but nobody passed me. The footsteps stopped too. I slowly turned around. Nothing. The road behind me was completely empty. I stood there for a few seconds, confused. Then I laughed nervously. "You're just imagining things," I told myself. So I continued walking again. But after only a few seconds, the footsteps returned. This time they sounded closer, much closer. My heartbeat started getting faster. I turned around again, and this time, I saw someone, far away near the dead trees. A tall man standing completely still. He looked unusually tall, almost unnatural. He wore dark clothing, and I couldn't see his face clearly because of the darkness. But I knew one thing. He was looking directly at me. The moment I saw him, every hair on my body stood up. Something felt wrong about him, very wrong. I tried to convince myself he was just another person, maybe someone walking home. But then, he slowly raised his arm and pointed at me. I froze. I couldn't move. The cold air suddenly felt heavy. Even the wind became silent. For a few seconds, the entire world felt dead. Then the man took one slow step toward me. That was enough. I turned around and ran. I ran as fast as I could down the dark road. My breathing became heavy. My heart felt like it was about to explode. And behind me, I could hear footsteps running too. Fast. Very fast. I wanted to look back, but I was too terrified. I kept running until I finally saw my house. I rushed to the door, opened it quickly, and locked it behind me. My hands were shaking badly. I leaned against the wall trying to breathe. Then, silence. The footsteps outside stopped. For a moment, I thought I was safe. Then suddenly, knock, knock, knock. 3 loud knocks on the front door. I felt my blood turn cold. It was exactly 3:17 a.m. My parents were asleep upstairs. I didn't want to wake them. I slowly walked toward the window beside the door and carefully looked outside. Nobody. There was absolutely nobody there. The road was empty again. But then, I noticed something on the ground. Footprints. Bare human footprints in the dirt outside my door. I stared at them in horror, because the footprints came toward my house. But there were no footprints leading away. Whatever came to my door never left. That entire night, I couldn't sleep. I stayed awake until sunrise. The next morning, I told my grandfather everything. As soon as I described the tall man, his face changed completely. He became pale and silent. Then he looked at me and said something I will never forget. He said, "Many years ago, a man died near that field during a winter night. People say his spirit still walks that road at 3 a.m. And if he points at you, it means he wants you to follow him." I laughed nervously after hearing that story. I tried to act brave, but deep inside, I was terrified. A few months later, I moved away from the village. I started a new life in another city. For years, I tried to forget what happened that night, and eventually, I almost did. Until last night. I woke up suddenly in the middle of the night. Everything was silent. Then I looked at the clock beside my bed. 3:17 a.m., and a few seconds later, I heard 3 knocks on my apartment door. Knock, knock, knock. I slowly walked toward the door, my hands shaking exactly like before. Then I looked through the peephole, and standing outside was the same tall man from 1999, still pointing at me. "If you heard knocking at 3 a.m., would you open the door?"